Ever feel like you want to get to the heart of things? Like, just grasp the key ideas without wading through mountains of books.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's what we're doing here today. We're diving deep into Yuval Noah Harari's Sapiens.
Sometimes called LİCH.
Right, exactly. And we're going to break down like the pivotal shifts in human history.
Yeah, like a roadmap, the essential roadmap.
Exactly. We're giving you the essential understanding of how Homo sapiens, well, became us.
Became us, exactly.
Okay, so let's start with that first major turning point, the one that really set things in motion, the cognitive revolution.
Right.
Around 70,000 years ago, what was the spark? What happened there?
The really fascinating thing here is language.
Okay.
But not just any language. We're talking about a uniquely flexible kind of language. One that allowed for more than just like basic communication, like danger or food. This language allowed for abstract thought and the ability to create and believe in what we call imagined realities.
Imagined reality. So what does that mean? What are we talking about here?
Think about it like this. Nations, corporations, religions.
Okay.
They exist because we collectively agree they do. Large numbers of us believe in them.
Right.
And that shared belief, it's powerful. It enabled Homo sapiens to cooperate on a scale never seen before. It set us apart from other human species.
I see.
Imagine trying to rally 1 million people around the idea of a delicious berry.
Yeah.
Now try rallying them around the idea of a nation. You see the difference?
Yeah, that shared belief, that's the glue, right?
Exactly.
That holds everything together.
Yes.
Okay, so moving on then to the next big shift, the agricultural revolution.
Okay.
About 12,000 years ago. This is when we started farming. Sounds like pure progress, right?
It's easy to see it that way on the surface, but there's a flip side. You have to consider that while it eventually led to larger populations for many individuals, it might have actually made life harder.
Harder.
Think about it. More work, less dietary variety.
Really?
Almost like a nutritional downgrade in some ways.
Interesting.
And then denser populations, which led to more disease.
So a trade-off, more food overall, but a tougher life for the individual.
Yeah, in many ways you could argue that.
And this whole shift to agriculture, what did it set the stage for?
This is where you start to see the emergence of social hierarchies.
Okay.
And the concept of private property. Once you're tied to the land and you have surpluses, you start getting ideas about mine and yours.
I see.
And that has huge societal implications.
It changes everything, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we've gone from individual beliefs to societies built on land. Next, we have the unification of humankind. How did that happen? How did these smaller groups start merging into these larger networks?
It was a gradual process, but there were some key drivers. Money empires and universal religions.
Okay, let's break those down.
Money, right, it became this universal language of exchange. Then empires expanded, imposing a kind of common order over vast territories.
So you have a shared currency and a shared ruler, basically.
Yeah, and then you have universal religions spreading shared belief systems on a massive scale.
So a shared God.
Right.
And this knit everyone together across huge distances. Were these forces separate, though?
Not at all. They were all intertwined.
Yeah.
Empires often helped trade flourish. They spread religious ideas.
Okay.
And then those shared religious beliefs, they often legitimized imperial power.
Yeah, it's all connected.
So they reinforced each other, building these larger and larger imagined realities.
Fascinating. Now that brings us up to the scientific revolution. What's the most important idea here?
The big change was acknowledging our own ignorance. It was the realization that we don't have all the answers, coupled with a new way of thinking. Empirical observation.
Right.
We had to see it to believe it.
Okay.
And that led to this relentless pursuit of new knowledge.
It's interesting how admitting what we don't know has led to the most dramatic changes.
Exactly. It's a bit paradoxical, isn't it?
And it's worth pointing out how this thirst for knowledge sometimes got tangled up with imperial ambitions. New discoveries fueled expansion.
Yeah, you could definitely argue that.
Okay, so let's recap. We've covered a lot of ground. The cognitive revolution gave us the power of shared fictions. The agricultural revolution reshaped society, changed individual lives. The unification of humankind brought us together through shared systems.
Shared systems of belief and governance.
Exactly. And finally, the scientific revolution driven by the acknowledgement of our own ignorance. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it is.
When you think about it.
It is quite a story.
It really is. So now I want you to think about this. Which of these imagined realities, the nations, the economic systems, the belief structures, which of these has the biggest impact on your life today?
It's a good question.
And how might they change in the future?
Yeah, how might they evolve?
Food for thought.
It really is.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for having me.